Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you some more Oritech Academy. And today what I'm going to show you guys is how to upgrade the particle accelerator from Oritech from 2500 to 5000. So as you can see behind me, I've mined away all of the mountains so that we have a clear view of the entire setup. Be sure to click the first link in the description below. That is a link to the playlist. So if you click on that link, it will put the entire playlist on the right-hand side of your screen in chronological order. All right, so we left off on automating the 2500. And let's see, yep, we have the 60 netherite scraps that we left off on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set this guy up without the dropper setup. So we're upgrading now. So we'll get rid of this guy, and this setup. All right, and we're gonna get rid of this here and reset this guy right here back to switching this particle accelerator guide ring right here. All right, and there you go. Let me give you guys a good look. So this is going to be the outline of the 5000J, so 5000 Joules setup for the particle accelerator from Oritech. The bottom row here is going to have 19 blocks, so 19 wide, and then the diagonal is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then another 19, 7 in the diagonal, 19, 7, and 19, and then we circle back with another 7. There we go. All right, over here, I have been super busy. I'm working on the end game challenges. So I have some of the end game challenges up and running, but I'm not going to go over that because we're going to do the Oritech particle accelerator setup for 5000J. This stuff is running, but very slowly. And one thing I did notice, which is a problem, is when the quest is complete, like this one right here, 3000 out of 3000, when you pull from it, you can no longer take out because the quest is complete. So this guy's going to get stuck. I learned the hard way over here with the 5 million cobblestone. I was hoping I could plug this in and grind them down for free sand, and found out that you cannot extract from it when the quest is complete. But down here, I have machines set up, cables going everywhere. It looks crazy wonky, but everything is attached and everything is automated. So the one down here is actually automating our netherite scraps. So this is what we did last episode. We automated the 2500. We are doing the 5000 this episode. So let me go ahead and show you guys. This is the next to last ring. The last ring is going to let us do the 10,000, but also go all the way up to 15,000. So let me break this down and show you guys what we need for the next to last ring. Alrighty, we chopped everything up, and we'll be able to clear this little area where we did the nether incursion, or maybe I'll just leave it there for a little bit of asymmetry. What do you guys think? But what we're going to need for this, of course, we're going to need our energy pipes framed and regular. We need 19 particle accelerator linear motors, but I believe I covered this last episode. Unless you have a way to keep the 5 million RF buffer on each of these linear motors completely full, it doesn't matter how many linear motors you have, because they're going to be empty anyway, and they're all going to fill up at the same amount. So 19 particle accelerator linear motors, 9 particle accelerator guide rings, 1 particle accelerator sensor, and of course we need the redstone comparator for that, and we have redstone repeaters and redstone dust. So let's head over to where we are setting up the new and improved permanent particle accelerator setup. All right, so let's go ahead and set up this one. I like to keep it level. So for this third ring, I upgraded it to 5. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way it's still centered with this one here. Except for this one on this side, we're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to put our sensor here, and we're going to put our comparator right here. Boop. Then this redstone signal is going to wrap around and go this way. And of course, we can't put redstone on dirt path. Boop, boop. Redstone going this direction to this guy. And this one is going to be our turn. We're going to go 7. And then we'll line it up again. This is the center. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. And over here, we're going to do our turn all the way to here. Yep. Lining up with our center right here. 2 and 2. And turn. Boop. Center lined up to here and to here. There we go. We're lined up with the center of all of the units. And one more turn. Boop. Here to here. Okay. And our final one, now that we have this redstone signal right here, it's going to eject 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this time into this dude here. We'll shoot this way. And then when it comes around, it'll go through here and it'll ignore this guy. Go right past it into here. The big difference is this one from the first ring to the second was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the turn. Be sure to do that. And then, of course, what we're going to need is we're going to need to poke our way in. 1, 2, 3, and change to area. And let's find our energy pipe. There it is. Boop, and boop, 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 boop. Over here, same thing. Oops. Going down. 1, 2, 3. And boop. Boop, 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 boop. And do this one. 1. And 1, 2, 3 area. There's our pipe. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. And our last one, of course, is going to be over here. And this one's a little bit wonky looking. Put it right here. 1, 2, 3. And there's our pipe. Boop. And boop, 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 boop. Very cool. All right, now that we have all of that set, let me give you an eagle-eye view of the setup. And just like the previous episodes, if you need to take a closer look, go ahead and pause the video. So this is the setup that we're going to go with. And since we're automating this on the 5000, we're going to break this one, and we're going to extend it in this direction here. And we're going to go in this direction so we can set up our particle accelerator guide rings to collide right here on this knuckle here. So straight away, and then the 1 joule floater can go 1 space at a time. And I feel like we need to add 1 more particle accelerator guide ring just to give us a little bit more space. Like so, like that. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. The particle accelerator itself is going to hug the guide ring right here. We're going to go hopper and plating, 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 so that we can chop out the middle one. Boop. And put down our dropper. Boop. Trapdoors, so the magnet does not interfere. Boop, boop. Let's get rid of this top block. That's just a placeholder. We'll get rid of the hopper, so we can get rid of this, so that guy doesn't drop into the hopper, and put the hopper back. All right, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. And we'll run our redstone up here. And just like the other episodes, we're going to test to see if we need another repeater in this setup. Also, pipe, chest, export, so that the item doesn't get stuck in here. Going through all of these recipes, the only one that really seems necessary for 5000J, so 5000 joules, is going to be overcharged crystals, because these are a pain to craft by themselves. They really are. 5000 joules, fluxite, and energite dust. So we need to run the energite crystals, or energite ingots, I should say, through the fragment forge, which The fragment forge comes after the foundry. The foundry is nickel and fluxite. And if you guys followed the series, we have unlimited supply of fluxite because we set up a budding crystal to be lasered forever, because this guy needs 128 RF a tick, and our big solar panel does 128. Perfect. So during the day, we get 100% free power, 100% free fluxite from our budding amethyst here. And the end game quest is we're at 180,000 out of 250,000. And I think that's the last one we need to do. All right, so checking in here. I still have 40 of the energite dust from what I've been using downstairs on this setup right here that I've been using to automate our energite crystals in this direction. And yeah, we're doing good on the overcharged crystals. I can still use more of these. The thing I use these on is the Synergy Matrix add-ons. I make a bunch of these guys with the overcharged crystals. The Heisenberg compensators, we have those automated on the roof up there. Right here, we have them going into the endgame quest, which the next tier is going to be 1,000 of these guys. All right, so let's grab our 40 fluxite. We have 40 energite dust ready for us. We're going to do the same thing with the dropper setup, and we're going to check and see if the redstone distance is good for dropping it at 5,000. So let's go ahead and put in our energite dust in here. We got 40 of them. And let's see how far we can go with one fluxite. The first ring, of course, is going to do 800. The redstone signal in the middle is going to measure the speed. And when it hits 800, it's going to eject out of this guy right here. And pew. Now it's going to measure this guy to go up to 5,000, and it's going to fire out right here. So that was 2,500 is what I meant. And now it's running up to 5,000. So let's see, what's it at? It's at 3132. Yeah, 3132. This is what I was talking about. Unless you have a way to cap out the 5 million on each of the linear motors, your speed is going to be determined by how much RF you can pump into the system, not how many motors you have, because they will run out of juice. And then it doesn't matter if you got 19 of them that are empty or if you got one of them that's empty. If you can't keep one of them topped off, then it doesn't matter if you have 18 or 19 of them. This one's going a lot slower this episode because I set up so much stuff to do endgame crafting. So let me disconnect the endgame crafting from the power network, and we can get back to the particle accelerator. I'm pretty sure I have everything running through this one cable here. So that should starve everything upstairs, and all of the power we're making from our nuclear generators and the black hole should be going through this battery and through this pipe back to the main base. So that should solve the problem. The ring is really pretty looking. I do like that. So let's see, how fast are we building up now? We're still at 3219. So the reason why this is taking longer than normal is because the faster the particle is accelerating, the more RF it needs to accelerate it further. We are maxing out the 10,000 RF that can go through the energy pipes right now, which the 10,000 RF is not going to be enough to power this guy fully. Eventually it will. Eventually it will catch up to 5,000. The main reason why this is not functioning the way I prefer it to function is because while I was making this setup, I put nuclear reactors on all 4 of these choke points. So all 4 of these were getting 10,000 dedicated from the nuclear reactor. Now all 4 of them are getting an even amount of the 10,000. So keep that in mind. If you're working just Oritech, you're going to have to split the pipes or upgrade everything to superconductors at this point. While that one is gathering up speed, I can show you the other one that I had prepared, the one that I'm actually using in this playthrough, the one that I built with you guys in the series. This one is fully upgraded with superconductors. So superconductors have no RF limit. The nuclear reactors, the way I designed them, is they all make just under 10,000, which is the maximum for a regular energy cable. Before I upgraded everything into superconductors, I had a nuclear reactor with one energy pipe cable just charging this part of the ring. Then another one with 10,000 charging just this, another one over here, and another one over here. So they are all running 10,000 RF, which is the maximum for regular energy cables. 9,984. When I upgraded everything to superconductors, that's when I connected them all to the same line. That's why this one works so much better, because we're running at 40,000 on the nuclear reactors, and then another 15,000 on the black hole, which makes this guy run super fast. There you go. And let's see, what are we at now with all of that talking and explaining? We're at 3522. Okay, so this is going to take a while to charge everything on the maximum 10,000 of energy pipes. So that's going to be on me. I'm going to do some editing, and I'll cut to right before it hits 5,000 so we can measure the redstone signal. All right, we broke 4,000, so we're almost there. And what I did is I cleaned up and I pushed the nickel reinforced plating here, another 3 on each side to make it even with the bottom that now has our redstone line in it. I think it looks great so far. What do you guys think? All right, and we broke 4,500. So I wanted to also talk about the outputs. So I have a chest now. We upgraded it to diamond because the overcharged crystals, they cannot stack. So we're going to need a bigger chest. Also, I attached an item pipe to this particle accelerator as well, because sometimes when I turn off my mod pack, something about this section gets confused and it decides to output from over here. So just to be safe, I have an output on this guy. This chest most of the time stays empty, but sometimes it'll have 1 or 2 items in here, which will keep the entire system from stalling when it's automated. And of course, over here, the main exit, the main output, this one is also upgraded to diamond so that we have room for the overcharged crystals. All right, and 5,000. So let's go ahead and close the loop. Let's see where we're at. Right here, and the redstone signal does not reach, so we're gonna have to knock this guy out, and we're gonna have to put the redstone repeater right here, and the redstone repeater does reach. Good. And boom, love that sound. Overcharged crystal, nice. So now we have this guy right here set to the perfect redstone distance. Now we can set this guy to automate. So we're going to do the remaining 39 of the fluxite. And over here, we still have 39 energite. All right. So this guy is now set to automate 5000J, so 5000 joules, and it will automate overcharged crystals for us specifically. So as you saw, it went from the inner ring to the middle ring to the outer ring. And from here on, it's going to take a very long time to charge itself back up to 5,000. So if you're doing Oritech by itself, now you are gated behind these energy pipes, which the max transfer rate is only 10,000 RF a tick. So what I did is I built a nuclear reactor that did exactly 10,000 RF a tick, and then I made them dedicated like this on the side. So each one of these had a nuclear reactor running 10,000, just charging this section. And then I had another nuclear reactor here, like this, charging these guys, another one over here, and another one over here. So, in a way, I broke up the charging of the particle accelerator into 4 separate 10,000 RF a tick. Since I already know that I tested this and it worked, it is a good idea, but we are also working on going all the way up to 10,000 and then to 15,000. So I know because we need to do that, it is much smarter to now upgrade the entire cabling setup to superconductors. So while this guy is crawling forward and trying to make another overcharged crystal for 5,000, I will go ahead and start working on replacing the cables with superconductors. All right, so let's go ahead and resupply our 4 nuclear reactors with plutonium pellets real quick, and I can show you guys the new superconductor pipeline. All right, so now we're getting an extra 40,000, and it's not being held back by the energy pipe as we have it connected to our existing superconductor line, which goes all the way through to our base. Let me shave my way through here real quick. And what I've done temporarily is everything is still set up to the 10,000, and just this one outside is hooked up to the full 40,000 from the nuclear reactors. So let's see where we're at. We are at 3560, and yeah, it is going a lot faster than before. We were gated behind the regular energy pipes for 10,000. Now we have at least one superconductor line going to just this outside. But see, even with 40,000 RF a tick, we cannot keep these linear motors topped off. They still can only blink a little bit power. We are speeding up though. It's going to 5,000 a lot faster now. And here we go. We're coming up on the 5,000. So let's see it trigger. Boom. All right. And how we looking? We got another overcharged crystal. And yep, it went and it started the next launch through. Nice. The inner ring to the middle ring to the outer ring. And now, yep, it's going to take a little bit longer. That outer ring. We're at 28. So while this one is working the third one, let me show you guys one more simple trick for this setup. Just a little fun addition if you guys feel like it. Alright, so I already went over how in the actual series, I went ahead and I attached a nuclear reactor to each of these guys to give them 10,000 dedicated. Something else that I did in between was I added one of these large energy storage batteries in between the nuclear reactor and the linear motors so that it could charge up a gigantic buffer when I wasn't using it. This was before I automated it. What I think is really cool is if you want a little bit of additional power, what you can do is you can set down one of these large energy pipes right here, and let's build it up with some ultra machine cores. Boop. And we'll add some power bank add-ons to the sides to make it look a little bit beefier. Like that. Of course, we'll click on it, hit add-on, and now we have 40 million RF as a battery. And it is now attached with the output right to the edge of the linear motors right here. And then what I think is kind of cool is we can attach a solar panel directly to the top of this unit. Boop, like that. And with the Ultra Machine Cores, we can set this guy up like so to run 192 free RF during the day. So that one's hooked up right there. We can hook up another one right here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And one right here. Boop, 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 boop. And boop. And some more boops. Bam. 192 on this one as well. And then just for the funsies, since we have some space right here, let's set one on the middle ring right here. Boop, 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 boop. And we just heard another overcharged crystal. Nice. Boop. Bam. All right. And let's make sure we click on all of the energy storage so it registers all of the power banks. I think I forgot to do that. There we go. We added some more. And the solar panels are down, of course, because the sun is down. But let's see. We did hear it. Yep. We're already up to 4. Very cool. All right. Brand new day, and the solar panels are out. Adding another, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 800 RF a tick. It isn't much, but I think it kind of looks cool. And it fills in this space in the middle just a little bit. As long as it doesn't end up looking cluttered, right? The 40 million on the battery will probably not be filled up unless we finish our automation. If we finish these, what was it, 40 of the overcharged crystals and it stops automating, then the solar generators will fill up the batteries for next time. This is more of an option if you guys want to do stuff that looks kind of cool. And 5,000. Feels like we're making them a lot faster now. Boom. And what are we at now? Yep, we got another overcharged crystal. We're making them. I went ahead and I have now replaced all of the cabling, oops, except for this part, right here, with superconductors. Very, very cool. Now we have superconductors. And everything is running at maximum for the pipes. So we should be running about 60,000 total RF a tick. All right, so sun's out, guns out. There's our solar panels. Boom. Working like a charm. All right, so this was episode 3. Which is the Oritech Particle Accelerator setup up to 5000J. So 5000 joules. Set it to automate. You can set it and forget it. This will work perfectly.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation and consider leaving a boom in the comments section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.